What you are about to hear is not mere encouragement, nor casual counsel offered to pass the hour. It is a call to mental action. It is a summons to awaken the sleeping powers within you. It is a shift in your habits of thought, a shift in your manner of speech, a shift in your conduct, your expectations, and your destiny. Let me begin with a truth of enormous consequence: your life moves in the direction of your dominant thoughts. The circumstances of your existence are not governed wholly by chance, nor by fate, nor by the uncertain opinions of others. They are shaped, in large measure, by what you consistently believe, what you repeatedly think, and what you expect with conviction. If a man expects defeat, he unconsciously prepares for it. He speaks the language of limitation. He acts with hesitation. He interprets every obstacle as proof that success is beyond his reach. But if a man assumes, with unwavering faith, that all things are working together for his advancement, then he moves differently. He meets trial with composure. He meets delay with patience. He meets uncertainty with discipline. He does not wait for confidence to arrive. He proceeds as though the outcome were already secured. This is not fantasy. This is not idle wishing. This is one of the oldest laws of achievement. The mind attracts and organizes itself around the object of its dominant belief. Consider Henry Ford. When the majority of men saw impossibility, he saw inevitability. He did not ask the world for permission to believe in his vision. He held that vision in his mind until the world was forced to acknowledge it. Consider Thomas Edison. He did not surrender after repeated disappointments. He understood that temporary defeat is not failure unless accepted as such by the mind. He continued because he had already decided that success was his. Andrew Carnegie, Charles M. Schwab, John D. Rockefeller, each in his own way demonstrated the same law. They acted from decision, not from doubt. They did not negotiate with fear. They advanced with purpose. And now the question comes to you, why not you? Why should you continue to give your mental energy to fear, delay, worry, and uncertainty, when that same energy, properly directed, may be used to build faith, discipline, and material success? You have spent enough time considering what may go wrong. Now you must train your mind to consider what must go right. You have spent enough years reacting to conditions. Now you must begin commanding them through your inner attitude. Adopt this thought and hold to it. Everything is working in my favor if I will but persist with faith and intelligent action. That single assumption, if repeated often and backed by action, can alter the whole course of your life. Let us now come to one of the great foundations of all achievement: definiteness of purpose. No man can succeed in a notable way while his energies are scattered. The person who drifts from one idea to another, from one desire to another, from one ambition to another, seldom builds anything enduring. He confuses movement with progress. He mistakes activity for accomplishment. But the man with a definite purpose becomes powerful because his energies are organized. He knows what he wants. He has reduced his desire to a clear objective. He has written it down. He has fixed it in his mind. He has made it the central fact of his existence. That is where all lasting success begins. If you do not yet know your chief purpose in life, then your first labor is not to seek more motivation, but more clarity. Ask yourself, what must I do? What must I build? What kind of man must I become? What service must I render? What result must I produce before my time is finished? Reduce that answer to one clear statement. Not 10 statements. 1. Then read it each morning and each evening. Commit it to memory. Let it become so familiar that it begins to guide your choices without effort. For when a man knows where he is going, he ceases to envy the paths of others. He stops wasting time in comparison. He no longer requires constant reassurance. Purpose gives him direction, and direction gives him power. Now let us speak of faith. Faith is not something that descends upon a man by accident. It is not reserved for the fortunate few. Faith is created. It is developed through repetition, emotion, and action. The subconscious mind accepts as true whatever is repeatedly impressed upon it with feeling. This is why so many men live in weakness. They have repeated weakness to themselves until it has become their identity. If you say, "Nothing ever works out for me," the subconscious mind accepts that suggestion and begins to shape your behavior accordingly. If you say, "I always fall short," it will organize your thoughts, your fears, and your habits around that belief. But the same law works in your favor when used intelligently. If each day you say, with emotion and persistence, "I am focused. I am disciplined. I act with courage. I move with purpose. Everything is working toward my highest good," then, over time, that suggestion enters the deeper mind. It becomes part of your mental structure. Your actions begin to reflect it. Your bearing changes. Your decisions sharpen. Your courage increases. This is the principle of autosuggestion. The words you repeat are not harmless. They are instructions. They are commands given to the deeper intelligence within you. If you wish to alter your life, you must first alter the language you use in private. Let your speech no longer be the speech of fear. Let it be the speech of power. Say to yourself, "I do not retreat before temporary defeat. I know my purpose. I act with faith. I persist until I win." Now let us turn to another law of great importance, decision. Successful men reach decisions promptly and change them, if at all, very slowly. Unsuccessful men reach decisions slowly and change them quickly and often. Indecision breeds fear. Fear weakens faith. And a mind weakened by fear cannot produce organized power. How many opportunities have been lost, not because a man lacked ability, but because he delayed? How many fortunes have gone to others because someone hesitated too long? How many dreams have died beneath the weight of maybe, someday, and when the time is right? You must train yourself to decide. If your aim is health, decide. If your aim is business success, decide. If your aim is self-mastery, decide. If your aim is transformation, decide. And when the decision has been made, cease revisiting it. Burn the bridge behind you. Remove the mental option of retreat. Nothing weakens a man more than secretly preserving an escape from his own commitment. A divided mind is a defeated mind. You cannot become a new man while preserving loyalty to the habits that built the old one. One identity must yield to the other. Therefore, let the weaker self die. Let the hesitating self die. Let the fearful self die. Not tomorrow. Today. Now consider the law of going the extra mile. One of the most dependable principles of compensation is this. The man who does more than he is paid to do will soon be paid for more than he does. Most men do only what is required. They work to the level of the wage. They withhold energy until rewarded. But the man of initiative understands that value must precede reward. He does not wait to be recognized before becoming excellent. He becomes excellent first. Charles M. Schwab made himself indispensable by giving more service than was expected. Andrew Carnegie advanced because he took on responsibility beyond his assigned place. The world does not long ignore the man who makes himself useful in uncommon measure. If you wish to rise, then exceed expectation. Do more than is required. Improve what others leave untouched. Solve problems before they are assigned to you. Build the habit of excellence in private, and public reward will come in due time. The extra mile is crowded by very few. That is why its rewards are so rich. Let us also consider the power of the mastermind. No person rises to great height entirely alone. The mind grows stronger when placed in harmony with other minds of purpose, courage, and discipline. The people with whom you surround yourself will either increase your power or diminish it. If you keep company with those who complain, drift, gossip, and excuse themselves, their influence will enter your thinking whether you intend it or not. But if you align yourself with men and women of faith, purpose, discipline, and constructive thought, your own mind is elevated by association. Choose your alliances carefully. Seek those who sharpen you. Seek those who strengthen your resolve. Seek those whose lives reflect order, not confusion. If a person consistently weakens your faith, drains your ambition, or mocks your discipline, then distance is not cruelty, it is wisdom. The mastermind principle teaches that harmony among organized minds creates a force greater than the sum of its parts. Therefore, do not merely ask, "Who likes me?" Ask instead, "Who strengthens my purpose?" Now let us speak of personality. A pleasing personality is not superficial charm. It is the result of self-control, sincerity, courtesy, emotional balance, and genuine interest in others. The man who can influence others without force multiplies his effectiveness in every field of endeavor. Andrew Carnegie understood this. Charles M. Schwab understood this. Men follow those who make them feel seen, respected, and inspired. Harshness may command temporary obedience, but only character commands lasting loyalty. Cultivate calmness in your speech. Cultivate confidence in your bearing. Listen more. Criticize less. Encourage more. Let your presence communicate strength without arrogance. Power is not always loud. Very often, true power is quiet, settled, and unmistakable. And now we come to a truth that many overlook: belief must be expressed in action. It is not enough to think positively while behaving timidly. It is not enough to recite affirmations while continuing to betray your own standards. Your actions must match your declarations. If you say you are disciplined, then act with discipline. If you say you are focused, then remove distraction. If you say you believe in your future, then work as one who expects it. Action deepens belief. Each time you keep your word to yourself, faith grows. Each time you follow through in private, self-respect increases. Each time you persist in the absence of immediate proof, you teach your subconscious that you are a person of certainty. That is how identity is built. So if you would transform your life, stop asking whether you feel ready. Act as if you are ready, and readiness will grow beneath your feet. Remember this always: the subconscious mind thrives on repetition. One hearing is not enough. One burst of inspiration is not enough. A lifetime of doubt is not erased in a single hour. The old mental habits must be replaced by new ones, and that requires daily reinforcement. Repeat the truth until it becomes natural. Repeat faith until it becomes stronger than fear. Repeat purpose until distraction loses its power. Repeat discipline until it becomes your character. Say to yourself each morning, "I know what I want. I act with confidence. I do more than is expected. I move in harmony with my purpose. Everything is working for me as I persist in faith and intelligent action." Say it again at night. Say it when resistance rises. Say it when delay appears. Say it when the outer world offers no evidence at all. For the man who governs his inner speech governs the direction of his life. And now let us close with this final charge. From this moment forward, do not walk as a man who is hoping to become powerful. Walk as a man who has accepted responsibility for his power. Do not speak as one asking permission from life. Speak as one who has made a decision. Do not act as one waiting for certainty from the world. Act as one who carries certainty within. Stand tall. Fix your mind upon your chief purpose. Guard your faith. Direct your speech. Choose your companions wisely. Go the extra mile. Decide quickly. Persist through temporary defeat. And above all, believe that the power to shape your circumstances begins with the disciplined use of your own mind. Say it now, and say it with conviction. I am not afraid. I act without hesitation. My purpose is clear. My faith is strong. Everything is working in my favor as I persist with discipline, belief, and action. Hold that thought. Repeat it daily. Live it deliberately. For the world makes way for the man who knows where he is going, believes in his aim, and refuses to turn back.